All right, y'all, it is Sunday, April the 13th, and we're going to talk about this government-enforced you-know-what bias tattletelling. All right, my darlings, as promised, let's talk about what it means when a bunch of people who don't actually believe in a certain faith start using it for control in government. Because like I said on the talk, the stench is not run by actual belief. No one in that administration is an actual, factual, born-again, baptized. No, okay? They're all cosplaying because they know if you just say the right words to the sheeple people, that's all you need to do. You don't need to live by anything. These men are philanderers, adulterers, addicts, cheaters, felons. They have 20 kids between the co-sugar daddies, 17 kids between 8 or 9 different women, most of which are not married to, and on one of them, none of them's been married, But they're looking up to those people as vessels and prophets. They're praying to them as gods, and they are writing worship songs about companies. They're writing worship songs about Doge and Tesla. Okay? That is where they are. So back to this loverly thing of them trying to normalize reporting anti-Xtian bias in the workplace. Darling, there are thousands of denominations. None of them agree. They disagree on everything. Some of them say a woman can have short hair. Some of them say you can't. Some of them want women in dresses. Some of them only want women in pants. So, okay, every single denomination is founded by one dude who has his own personal set of OCD or vices or problems, and he tweaks a couple of things to align with his personal vision of what he wants, and then now it's a whole denomination, okay? They do not agree between each other. So the idea of them reporting anti-Xtian bias is really, hey, I saw that person, they don't have a Bible in their desk. Hey, that school doesn't have any crosses anywhere. Hey, that person showing up every day, I noticed they don't have any cross jewelry. She never wears a cross. I think that's anti-Xtian bias. Hey, that person over there is practicing a different faith. That's anti-Xtian bias. That's not allowed. They're not allowed to practice their faith in my vision in the workplace. The workplace is for my faith only. You understand where that goes? It's not going to take long either, darling. These people used their Bible and their faith to enforce human ownership. In fact, to this day, my own community cannot step away from that faith. People in my own family will tell me that's the silver lining of Avery Slay days, is that we got what jibas out of it. Okay? And they say it out loud, and no, they don't hear that makes no sense. When they say it out loud, they just double down on it because that is how well that mind control worked. It worked so well that here we are, years later, still believing in it, paying into it, supporting it. Members in my family support what is happening because of their faith, not because it makes sense, not because they understand it, not because they're benefiting in any way, because they were told to, because faith. And these are people who take their feelings and turn them into facts. They believe in their feelings to the point where they get turned into facts. That's why they tell you, fuck your feelings, because their feelings are their reality. Okay? I've said this in previous posts when we talk about steeple people. This is a criminal cult. Okay, and I'm not talking about personal faith people, folks who mind their own business and just want to be good people. I'm talking about the folks who go door to door. I'm talking about the folks who go and evangelize. They want to spread the word. The deity they believe in gave everyone free choice, but they believe it's their job to force it anyway. They believe they know better than their deity. They believe that their deity gave them some sort of power to force their will on other humans. The deity didn't do it, but they have that right. Do you understand? These are narcissists. Most of the people who subscribe to organized, institutionalized, the 412ers and the Calvaryers, if you live in Temecula, narcissists. These are people who are paying tithes on auto pay to someone to lie to them and tell them that there's an all-powerful deity in the sky and he cares specifically about you. He cares if you found your car keys this morning. Everything good in your life is because this powerful deity is behind you. Every thought in your head is from the deity. Every desire you have is promised to you by this deity. Just keep paying me money. To the point where now these people they don't even crack open the books. Okay, they just believe whatever they're told, and they go out into the streets and say, yes, I'm amazing, I'm wonderful, you're the problem, you're the groomer, you're the PDF, when all of those people are in their congregations. Okay, I remind you, they are the only people who have diddler insurance. They are the only people who have diddler insurance. They diddle so much that they generated an insurance industry where they pay monthly fees rather than cash out for the settlements of how regularly they do these things to people. That is them. They are in their buildings right now, praising and crying tears of joy that children are being whipped away from their parents. They're cheering. They're crying. Praise him. We love seeing families ripped apart. We love it. We love it. Okay? Okay? Anti-Xtian bias could be anything. That woman over there, she has short hair. That could be anti-Xtian. She has colored hair. That could be anti-Xtian. Look, in the steeple people culture I grew up in, there was no tattoos. There was no piercings outside of one in your ear. You didn't get extra ear holes. You didn't get any. Like in California, the amount of steeple people who tattoo crosses on themselves is hilarious to me. Because back on the East Coast, when I was growing up, that was still not okay. Didn't matter if you wanted to tattoo a cross, it was still a tattoo, and tattoos are not allowed. You cannot mark your temple. Okay, this is what I mean when I say no denomination agrees. So it's hilarious that a bunch of criminals who don't practice the faith at all are telling everyone to report anti-Xtian bias, which is really just a bunch of people tattling on each other for anything they don't like. Anything they don't like. Also, let's not forget, they want to roll the clock back to Bible days because they want things like young labor. You've seen the southern states already legislating it. They want to deport the people who are paying taxes. Okay, Social Security marked 6,300 authorized migrants as deceased, separating them immediately from any assets, any bank accounts. And these are tax-paying people, okay, with work authorizations just taken away from them for no reason, no due process, just because, okay, we're just stealing from people as well as selling people now. And that is part of what they believe in, all right? Avery Slate, they believe in it. Selling humans, they believe in it. Young marriage, any age marriage, oh, that's at the top of the list of what they want to get to. Tippity top of the list of what they want to get to. That's always way at the top, right next to the financial greed is the I want to marry at any age. It's right next to the money for them. Always. Always. All right? Like I said in the other post, they will take away everything that's a vice because the people at the Capitol will still have it. They'll still have their special H and their special K and all their snow and all their libations, everything they're going to outlaw for the people, they will still have. But they will come down here and say, you know what, drinking is anti-Xtian. Immunizations are anti-Xtian. Did that teacher not pray before the school day started? That's anti-Xtian bias. You understand how this snowballs, right? It starts with the State Department saying snitch on each other for anti-Xtian bias in the workplace. It snowballs down into all of those same people that try to infiltrate public school boards and city seats and all that going, excuse me, we need to have reporters for anti-Xtian bias. We are being persecuted, so we need protection. So everyone needs to report people who don't like us and what we're doing. People need to... They will also tie it in to those men, okay? You don't support the co-sugar daddies? That's anti-Xtian bias. You don't want a Tesla? That's anti-Xtian bias. You don't like the doo-doo department? That's anti-Xtian bias. Do you understand why I'm like, pay attention to that? Pay attention to that, because that's going to snowball into everything else. They will use that as the blanket thing for everything else, because when you have no other reason, you just move over to faith. All right? Mikey Johnston boy, he's calling himself a prophet. He's calling himself the new Moses. Okay, the one in the office, the one that's forcing people to wear the mark of the beast, his golden bust, has declared himself chosen by the deity. He's also a prophet. We're just waiting for them to call the other one a prophet as well. Okay, they're all prophets. They don't practice this, but they're all prophets. Pay attention. I'm telling you now, there's no bottom. There is no bottom. Just saying. Keep that in mind.